an update to the Steve Harvey story because we haven't really been able to talk about it yet. So I'm eager to hear what your points of views are, but still to catch you up, in case you hadn't heard, Steve Harvey is moving his Chicago talk show to LA, and it's been outed by the employees, not only his list of demands, which we'll get to, but the fact that he has not offered positions to those producers and staff working on the Chicago show for his LA show, and not much of warning that they will be moving. So there's some resentment apparently from these employees. Then fast forward, we got this leaked demand, and then I'll fill you in on the update. So let's go over his email, and this was the very first day of the start of the season. So everybody woke up to this email. Good morning, everyone, welcome back. I'd like you all to review and adhere to the following notes and rules for season 5 of my talk show. There will be no meetings in my dressing room, no stopping by or popping in, no one. Do not come to my dressing room unless invited. Do not open my dressing room door. If you open my door, expect to be removed. My security team will stop everyone from standing at my door who have the intent to see or speak to me. I want all the ambushing to stop now. That includes TV staff. You must schedule an appointment. I've been taken advantage of by my lenient policy in the past. This ends now, no more. Do not approach me while I'm in the makeup chair unless I ask to speak with you directly. Either knock or use the doorbell. I'm seeking more free time for me throughout the day. Do not wait in any hallway to speak to me. I hate being ambushed. Please make an appointment. I promise you I will not entertain you in the hallway, and do not attempt to walk with me. If you're reading this, yes, I mean you. Everyone, do not take offense to the new way of doing business. It is good for my personal life and enjoyment. Thank you all, Steve Harvey. Then let me read some of the tweets. So we got Daniel Holloway, when I die, please write, he approached Steve Harvey in the hallway on my tombstone. And then we get the flip side though too. So the majority of the people, of course, thought that Steve Harvey was entitled and obnoxious and slammed him. But we also have Al Shipley here tweeting that Steve Harvey memo ain't bad. If you're famous and a lot of people's boss, people probably bug you all fucking day, every day. Even Tyler Oakley chimed in saying good for him for being clear about his boundaries and what he's comfortable with.
Yep.
Now, Steve Harvey, he defended it. He said he does not feel like he needs to apologize for it. He did tell Entertainment Tonight, quote, look man, I'm in my makeup chair, they walk into the room, I'm having lunch, they walk in, they don't knock, I'm in the hallway, I'm getting ambushed by people with friends that come to the show and having me sign this and do this. I just say, wait a minute. And in hindsight, I probably should have handled it a little bit differently. So the update to this is now that there is a petition where people are asking to ban Steve Harvey.
Yeah, of course.
It needs 5,000 signatures. It's already more than halfway there, and the name of the petition is
halfway
titled.
Where?
It's like 2,600 signatures as of 2 days ago. So it might be at the 5,000 signature goal as of now.
Okay.
Well, change.org petition, they look for the 5,000, right? So they're getting there. There's enough people out there that apparently have a sour taste in their mouth of where they want to ban Steve Harvey. And the title of this petition is Leaked Emails Show Steve Harvey Really is a Coward and a Dick. That's the title.
If anyone has an out for making the wrong announcement, it's Steve Harvey. He could issue a revised statement saying, Miss Venezuela!
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Why? Because I can. I agree, I think Steve Harvey, okay, was the email aggressive? Yes. Was the email abrasive? Yes. Was the email tactless? Of course. But having worked with a major celebrity and seeing how people that will posture for attention, that want to share the same space with you, that will at any given time, they see that you have an ounce of just free time to just sit there and collect your thoughts, will bombard you with so many requests, so many, so much information that's kind of like, can't this wait? And also, he is overseeing not only his show, Family Feud, he hosts Family Feud as well.
Little Big Shot.
So it's like, he has a lot going on. I'm glad that I'm not mad at Steve Harvey for his email. I think that if he would have written it differently, of course, it would have went off and had more positive effect. But he's clearly defining the boundaries that he needs to be successful, and he's telling people, look, back the fuck up. This is my time. If you want to engage with me, make an appointment. And a lot of celebrities do that. A lot of celebrities do that. For the show that I do with the major celebrity I work with, you do not venture to their dressing room unless invited.
They might be preparing, They might be taking a nap, they're a real person, they might be eating, going to the bathroom.
Sure.
They might be fiercely masturbating. Okay, Brett, and then I want to hear what Grace has to say.
Dressing rooms are for.
For masturbation.
For fierce masturbation.
Okay.
Here's the thing, is if I'm Steve Harvey, I've made a turn in my life to be that ubiquitous, happy, positive person, right? And and that's what I get from him. And that's gotta be fucking exhausting. It has to be so exhausting to be Steve Harvey on set all the time. Not just because he's hosting 3 shows, but just like his affect of like, hi everybody, how's it going? Oh, this person's here, I roll. Like that just, he obviously has gotten to a point of doing that so much because every time he talks about a story, it's so humble and he's like, I owe it to give back. He probably just got to a breaking point.
He had a breaking point. What do you think, Grace?
No, I totally agree with what you guys are saying. I just think it's kind of unfortunate that the breaking point became so public.
Yeah.
It feels as though this was a little bit, he didn't think about everyone that was included on this email chain, because I think this probably would not have been leaked if he had reached out to a couple key people and been like, please tell your team.
Yes.
I remember when I worked on Whose Line Is It Anyway, I was the assistant to the talent producer. So that producer was in charge of all of like Aisha Tyler and all the improv guys and Wayne Brady, and like she would communicate with them about what they wanted from the PAs, from other people from the other producers, the executive producers, like how they wanted to be treated. And then it was her job to relay that, and then she was like the point person and making sure that everyone knew that, and so that nothing got leaked if like, you know, maybe Aisha Tyler or Wayne Brady or whoever, Colin, had like a weird day. It didn't get it. I mean, I don't think they're as big of stars as Steve Harvey, but it wouldn't get out there. So I feel bad for him because I think he did reach a breaking point, and he wasn't really thinking. He was like, God, I just needed to stop. And so instead of reaching out and sort of going through the right channels, he just did like through a big net.
I agree.
And someone who got the email was like, fuck this guy. Like I've never even bothered him. What an entitled bitch.
In that voice.
Yeah,
I agree, but he did not. I totally agree with you. I can't imagine being pulled every which way for that many years on those many shows. And even he said, like, people just constantly in the hallway, hey, this is my mom, or hey, will you take a picture? Or, hey, will you sign this?
Yep.
Not to mention all the other things that get on that, and he can't even have a moment to breathe. However, he did not handle it the right way.
No.
He did not. Like, I can't imagine being one of those producers, one of those PAs who are working 16-hour days, also working very, very, very hard. And then you wake up to the very first day of season 5, and that's the email you wake up to. You immediately don't want to go to work that day. You know, you set a precedent from the top. It trickles down. Of course, he's human. I love Steve Harvey. He's one of my favorites. Yeah. But yeah, if he would have just gone to the EP or the showrunner and said, hey, I'm at a breaking point.
Yeah.
I can't have people constantly bombard me. I need the space in my dressing room. Will you please have a meeting with everybody and just share with them that I really need some boundaries this season? I think everybody would have been respectful, but I also think there's built up resentment if it's true, we don't know, if it's true that he didn't offer new positions to the traveling show.
Right.
Not only that, but also the fact that they got, apparently according to some of the employees, they got almost no notice. So yeah, when you're dependent and you have a family and you're dependent on a job, and then all of a sudden you find out, oh my God, I don't have a job, there's gonna be resentment there too.
And it's hard to deal with this when Steve Harvey is pulling down $30 million a year.
Right. Yeah. So I definitely see both sides, but I think he should have handled it a completely different way.